Hi, my name's Maisie. I work with the team at Enough and I've created this video to say hi, really, to introduce you to myself and to talk to you about some of the support resources that we've created. I'm really excited to talk to you about them. I think they have the potential to be a really empowering part of your healing process, as well as educational and hopefully enjoyable. So I'm really excited to talk to you about them. But before we get into that, I just wanted to take a minute to say, I hope you're feeling comfortable. However you might do that, whether that's grabbing yourself a blanket, you might want to go get yourself a cup of tea, or you might even want to put some background music on. However you make yourself feel comfortable, perhaps just pause the video and do that now. And I say that because you're possibly watching this video because you've experienced something truly horrible, something that should absolutely have never happened to you, and something that is not your fault. And that might have happened weeks ago, it might have happened months ago, or maybe even years ago. But this might be one of the first times that you're acknowledging what's happened. It might be the first time that you're talking about it, or thinking about talking about it, or sharing it with somebody. Or you may just feel ready to explore what support is out there. So whatever reason you're watching this video, whether that's because you've chosen to share your story through Enough, or you just want to see what help might be out there, I'm really glad that you are here, and I really hope that these videos are going to be a supportive part of your healing process, whatever stage of that you are in. And it's really important to highlight that because I believe that your recovery and healing, it shouldn't be dependent on whether or not you reported what happened to you, and it definitely shouldn't be dependent on how much time has passed. And I think that's really important to highlight because these things are deeply personal. We all respond really differently to these experiences, and it can take a lot of time to recognise and feel ready to explore what's happened. And we also live in a world that doesn't always make that easy. You may have found yourself questioning how you responded. You may have questioned how well you've coped, why things look and feel different. And you may have thought, why am I not feeling better by now? But something that's really important to remember is that what happened is not a reflection of you, and how you responded is also not a reflection of you. How you responded to what happened it's human. We're programmed in a way to respond to these types of things in a way that helps us to protect ourselves. So our brain and body, when we feel threatened, it switches on certain states and we act in a way that we feel at the time is best going to keep us safe. But we don't have time to think about that. We don't consciously decide, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do that. Our body just acts. And that can look very differently depending on your experience, and it can vary from person to person. And we talk about that in some of our videos. But the most important thing to remember for now is that how you responded to what happened to you, and in a way as well how you responded afterwards, and perhaps some of the things that you still feel and do now, it's sort of a survival mechanism. It's our brain and body's way of keeping us safe. And it keeps us safe in a way that sometimes doesn't make sense to us. And that's why it's really important to keep hold of that message and remember that it doesn't represent anything about who you are as a person or how you felt about what happened. So it is really an unconscious process. And actually maybe the first conscious thing that you've done is taking this brave step in watching this video, in recognising and coming to terms with what's happened to you. And maybe starting to take some ownership over what your healing might look like and how you want to navigate that. And that's really important, because what happened to you, it happened to you. It didn't happen to anybody else. So really, you should have the say in what support you access, when you access it, and who you decide to tell. And you may not want to tell anybody, and that's also okay. That doesn't mean that you're alone though. Even though it might have felt like that at times. You may have felt like nobody can relate to what's happened to you. You may have told friends and family and felt like they just didn't really understand. And even though they want to be there to support you, they just never quite knew what to say. You might have also found it really difficult to talk about. It might have been something that you haven't actually been able to share with anybody, and that's okay as well. And sometimes it can feel really hard to connect to people who may have shared a similar experience. Because just because what happened is deeply personal, it doesn't mean that there aren't other people that can't relate. And as part of the support that we're offering, we can help you do that. We can help you connect to people that might share similar life experiences, if that's something that you think might be helpful. And we can also help you to navigate these conversations with your friends and your family as well. We have an allies page on the website, which is designed to not just provide support for you in telling your friends and family, but also support for your friends and family as well. Because this also affects them. You know, these are people who love and care about you. So we really want them to feel supported in being able to support you in the best way possible. And we also have a video on building your bubble. So creating a really safe and supportive network around you to help you navigate this healing process. We've created a much wider range of videos though. So we've created a network of videos that cover a range of different topics, right from talking about sort of trauma response, how we respond to these types of experiences, right through to trusting again, to navigating new relationships. We also think about some of the societal scripts around these types of experiences and how that might impact your healing, how it might impact how you feel about your experience and about yourself as well. We know it's really common for people to start to experience a lot of self-blame. So we talk about that. And we also talk about how these types of messages can influence other people and how they might respond if we were to share our experiences with them. In every single one though, whichever you decide to watch or however many you decide to watch, you have full control. So they're designed so that you're able to dip in and out of them at a time and a pace that feels right for you. You might want to watch them at home. You might be having a particularly difficult day where you want to just pop a quick video on just to remind you that you are doing okay. However you feel they're going to be most helpful, that's how we would want you to use them. We also want these videos to be collaborative. So we want to create content that you need, when you need it, and how often. So we would love to hear from you. You could leave a comment below this video. You could tell us maybe what you've enjoyed, maybe some of the things that you might have learned, and equally importantly, maybe some of the things that weren't so helpful. And we're also going to have a direct feedback page on our website so that you can send us messages. You might have a specific question about your experience, about something that you're currently struggling with, or you might just have something that you want to reflect on. So whatever that might be, leave us a message and we will create the video for you so that these are designed together. It's really important as well to recognise that the start of the healing process can be really daunting and it can feel like there's so many ups and downs. You may have good days and bad days, and recognising that it's really brave. And watching this video is also really brave. It's a big step, and whatever you choose to do from here is completely up to you. If you do choose to explore some of the videos that we've created, I really look forward to continuing the conversation, and I really look forward to hearing from some of you as well, and I hope that you're able to share your thoughts and opinions on what we've created and hopefully help us to create some really meaningful support for you and also for everybody else that might need to access this in the future.